Hey everybody, Heather from Hooked on Pickin here. Sorry we are running so late, but I literally could not get on YouTube today. So, sorry about, hold on.
My name is Lisa Bulq, and I am the president.
I had the sound of my computer. So I'm actually sitting at my computer today and it's just me, no Paul today. So he actually, if you would like to pray for him, he is actually doing a funeral. So we had a lady from our church that literally last week on the live stream, she was there and commented, and then she passed away about 3 hours later. So one of the last things she did was watch our live stream. And so, but I just wanted to say hello. I do have all the comments pulled up in front of me, which is why you heard the loud noise. I'm actually sitting with, my camera in front of me, and then I have the computer. So I'm able to see all of your comments. Go ahead and shoot me a thumbs up if you see a thumbs up, but we're just going to talk about the chaos of reselling. And I want to tell you some of the trends that are going on since this pandemic started so that you can know whether your business is doing the same thing as mine. I know sometimes from, I've got a little bit larger scale than some of you. Some of you may have a larger scale than me, but I just wanted to make sure that everything is good. Just let me also know, can you hear me fine? I'm using a little bit of a different microphone because of this different setup, but let's go ahead and say hello to those that are on. So Bonnie says, good morning, good to see you. Jeanette says hello from West Palm Beach. I'm going to move this over so I'm looking more at the camera while I'm reading these. Alrighty, and then we've got Harold says, please send prayers to the family from all of us. We are all healthy and doing good. My mother-in-law did actually finally get a chest x-ray. She does not have pneumonia, but she is having difficulty breathing, so she has to limit the amount of time that she talks. So just pray for Miss my mother-in-law Janet. So the JJ Resell team is here. I'm trying to look underneath my, hold on, I'm gonna move this so that I can see it better. All right. Angel Donmeyer, my Poshmark is doing well with toys and home goods. Yeah, probably because they got all them kids stuck at home. So, God's Third Acre, I can hear you. Awesome. All clear and sound great. Thanks, Angel. Hi, Heather. How are you doing today? Today is good. Sarah is running a little bit behind. We were having actual YouTube technical difficulties. And so I tried for quite some time to even get this live stream started and finally got it started. Awesome. We're up to 14 thumbs up, 41 people on. I'm super excited about that. Michelle Australia says, hey, Craig Wolf. Hi, Heather. How are you doing today? I think I might have read that twice. Jeanette Francis. Where is our Paul? Paul is actually doing a funeral today. We had a lady in our church, actually, she was on our live stream last week, said hello, said give digital hugs to our family, our Westgate family, and then she actually passed away about 3 hours after the fact with upper respiratory complications. She had been battling something. Don't know if it was the COVID-19 or not, but he is actually doing a private ceremony. So something you don't think about, they can't do a normal funeral. No visitation, no normal gathering. So it's actually just a private ceremony. I couldn't even go with to help because I would have just put one of my pre-recorded unboxings on today if that was the case. But they won't even let me in just to help Paul because some of the family did want it filmed since not everybody could be there. And so I offered to hold the camera since I kind of am used to that kind of stuff. And I was not even able to do that. So pray for the family of a lady in our church named Angelica. Jeanette, thank you for the $5. I have not yet had my coffee this morning, which is probably why I'm not talking a mile a minute. So I will definitely be getting that in my trusty Hooked on Pickin cup later. So that's where Paul is. So he's doing a funeral right now. It was at 11 o'clock in a town nearby, but things are still clicking on all cylinders as far as the church is going. I do a women's devotional every Wednesday night. If you would like to be a part of that devotional time, I do it on a Zoom chat. So let me know and I can private message you the link. It's every Wednesday night at 7 o'clock. So yeah, just be in prayer for Angelica's family. She is the lady who passed away. So the JJ Resell said, you're coming in loud and clear from James and Jennifer. in Oregon. Awesome. Prayers for Janet. Good morning. Good morning from New Mexico from Rels TV. Sarah Pearson says good morning from New Mexico. Zara says good morning from Apple Valley. David Falk says hello there. Catherine Durr says stay well. The JJ Risa, you have our prayers and condolences. So sorry Paul had to do a private funeral from Bonnie. Jeanette says prayers. Deborah, hi, how are you? Love the hearts. David Zika from Iowa, still trucking, hauling pig and turkey feed. Good to hear that. Say hello to the corn for me. We used to live in Iowa for quite some time, so definitely say hello to the corn. But anyway, I kind of wanted to let you guys know what's going on in our lives. So as far as sales go, we have noticed a slowdown on Poshmark, but the Poshmark slowdown actually started before all of this craziness occurred. And so just be aware of that. We were starting to have slow sales in the month of February. And I think part of the reason we were having the slow sales was because we had a lot of winter items. So it really depends on what you have on there. One of my other viewers that I just mentioned said that she's doing really well in home goods and toys on Poshmark. And so that might be something you want to look into. I do have to say that my eBay toys are selling more. My Hooked on Pickin toys are selling more. So I think it's a lot of the people that are, staying home and they're trying to find things to occupy their kids. Now, I do have 8 boxes. Let me see if I can show you over here by the door. See the 8 bulk boxes? Those all have toys that I'm going to be putting in my mystery boxes. I won't be listing them individually, very many of them individually at all on my Hooked on Pickin channel. They'll be mostly going into the boys and girls toy mystery boxes. So if you'd like to purchase some of those, I'll be unboxing one tomorrow, and then you'll be able to see some of the new things that are coming out of them. So I still have videos every day. So we'll still be doing that. Brendan Sturgis says, hi, Heather, stay safe. Fat Elvis Good says, boom. David Zika said, no corn yet, but it's coming. Well, say hello to the cornfields, David. Lori, I'm not going to say your last name because I'll probably do a terrible job on it. Good morning from Oklahoma, she says. Aries Rodriguez says, good morning from Loveland, Colorado. I pray all is well with you and yours during these challenging times. Thank you, Heather and Paul, for the encouragement of this video for us resellers. Yes, so we're going to definitely talk about what is different right now. Deborah said, Paul is wonderful. Such a selfless person, always helping everyone. Yes, he's currently doing a private ceremony funeral right now. We've got 73 people on already. This is amazing. Thank you so much already for the donation that I got for my coffee that I have not yet drank yet this morning. Damry, I hope I'm saying that name right. Fletcher, I tribute to FBM, but I wonder if you need to add cost of shipping, or does the Amazon app add the shipping fees automatically? Yes, it should be. Now, normally when I ship things to FBA, fulfilled by merchant. Okay, sorry, I'm trying to read your comments and talk at the same time, and it's a lot easier when Paul is here. It's a lot easier when Paul is here. And so what I have found with merch fulfilling on Amazon, so be aware that they normally only give you about $4 to $5 in shipping regardless of the cost, which is super annoying. So if you've got something that's really heavy, you need to take into consideration that you're probably only going to have $4 or $5 given to you as a credit for the shipping, and then you're going to have to pay the extra fees. Because there's multiple items. If it weighs over a pound, you're going to spend $7, $8 to ship it. So just be aware of that when pricing your items. If there's only $2 or $3 margin, I would not merchant fulfill it. I would put it on a different platform where you can charge the proper amount of shipping. And so that's something to be aware of when doing a lot of merchant fulfill on Amazon. I know it kind of really stinks right now that you can't send anything into the warehouse, but I have been selling things merchant fulfill, but I've been doing much better selling things on Hooked on Pickin and eBay right now. And so eBay might be a better option, Akari, Poshmark, things like that. Like I said, some of my other friends here on YouTube are doing better on Poshmark home goods, selling toys and things like that. So you may want to consider that, especially because the Poshmark fees are much lower. I would definitely consider adding $5 to $6 of cost of shipping, depending on the weight of the item, just because if you've been doing this a while, you kind of know if it's 2 or 3 pounds, you're going to actually probably ship it for around $10 to $11 rather than the $4 that Amazon cheaply gives you. All right, Ashley Llewellyn says, hi everyone from Southern Illinois. God's Third Acre says, do your toy mystery boxes sell well? Yes, and mainly because I pack them to the brim. So I use one of those box 7 size boxes that's about this deep, and about that wide all the way around. So I pack them to the brim with a lot of items. And so generally when you get a mystery box, if you've ever gotten a mystery box from me, you get your money's worth for the $25. And so hopefully those have been really fun for you, that I have been shipping. And I also offer shipping fees through UPS. So a lot of times they're a lot less cost than going United States Postal Service. All right, Pat Holmes says, finally caught you live. Yes, you did, Pat. I'm a few minutes behind on comments, and so I will get to your comment, don't worry. And if you would like to support me, go ahead and hit that super chat and give a donation of any amount. That's definitely beneficial. My YouTube channel has been, we're continuing to put content out. I've actually, if you look at the hot mess behind me, I just unboxed a pallet, so be looking forward to that in the future. And if you didn't already see, I've got 8 more cases that I'll be unboxing from Bulq over there way in the corner. So we still have products coming. I did find out via trading from an email I got from them that they are open on a limited basis. So if you live near Via Trading, go ahead and check them out. They're open limited hours. So just give them a call to find out what that is. And so they will also be shipping from their LA warehouse also. So they just kind of have a little bit more of a skeleton crew just to be safe. And so all right, where am I at? Let's see. Dog Pound says, you are both great people. I know. I'm sorry that Paul is not here and that you're missing him today. And so hopefully you'll get to see him a little bit later. Have you changed pricing to move items quicker? A question by Fat Elvis Goods. Yes, I have definitely lowered some prices just simply because things are moving a lot slower. Now, this is a normal slow time for us, but it's a little bit more increased, I think, just because of the situation in our country today. Everybody's paying for toilet paper and not for fun things or clothing items. So I'm doing kind of my regular routine, but just be aware that, things are moving a little bit slower. I am on the lookout for some summer and spring clothing, and so hopefully I'll be putting that kind of stuff on my Poshmark store soon. I have recently put quite a few new items on my Poshmark store, so if you want to check that out, you can. So the JJ Resale team, speaking of mystery boxes, how do you go about selling on eBay? Well, okay, eBay does not like mystery boxes. And so what I would recommend if you're going to do a mystery box from eBay is put a few descriptive markers in that box. So you need to put something like mystery toy box for ages this to this, and it has Legos and dolls, and so put some describing factors and then put some information down in the description. So that's how you can kind of still sell a mystery box, but it's not completely a mystery. You need to have some describing factors in there, so that makes a difference to the eBay people so they won't boot your listing. I think you probably could try maybe mystery boxes on Poshmark. They may work well for you. I have also done Poshmark listings where you get 5 size small women's tops in various colors. So you can do things like that where it's not necessarily the exact top, but it is, kind of like it. Alrighty, and then we have Rick Absom. Hello, Heather. Sorry for your church family loss. Yes, so just pray for the family of a lady by the name of Angelica. She's actually from Germany originally, but she was on our live stream, passed away last Sunday, and Paula is currently there doing a private ceremony funeral for her family right now. It started at 11 o'clock. So also, sorry about the delay today. For some reason, YouTube was having issues, and I think part of the reason is everybody's eating up the midday bandwidth. So my normal during the middle of the day kind of streaming because nobody is online, I think that's definitely not the case now, simply because everybody is Zooming and working from home. Also, I did want to let you know, ladies, I do a women's Zoom devotional time. If you would like the the ID to get into that Zoom every Wednesday at 7 p.m. Let me know. I do like a 10-minute devotional, and then we just catch up chatting with one another. But if you would like to be a part of that, let me know, and I can email you the link to be able to be a part of that if you want some encouragement midweek on a different day that you don't see me on YouTube. Alrighty, so Ashley said, praying for your church family. Thank you so much. Craig Wolf says, hey Heather, got a question. Do you have any 4X or 5X shirts right now? I did just post some larger men's kind of Sherpa lined zip up hoodies on my Poshmark store, so check that out. I'll have to look and see if I have any 4X, 5X. Eva Lewis says, good morning. Always look forward to your daily videos. Awesome. I hope that the fact that we're still going daily videos is helping you guys. So we've got some unboxings coming up for sure. We have our live unboxing tomorrow, and it will be one of those toy boxes, and a lot of those toys are going to go into my mystery boxes. So like I said, if you want one of those mystery boxes, just shoot me an email. Let me know what age group it's for, and I will do my best to accommodate that age group. I would say most of my mystery boxes are for elementary age, like up to sixth grade is probably the best case. I might have some things to be able to give you that are different. All right, let's keep going on some of these comments. Hi from California, Heather. 830 PPE coveralls that I have had for over 2 years due to a bad buy are flying off eBay. Yes, I had them priced at 50% of retail and didn't raise the price after the outbreak. Good job, not price gouging. But yeah, I have noticed some of those types of things are really, really selling. I sold my last bit of I had these flushable wipes, and I sold my last pack of those that I had, and I just left them their normal price. Bonnie Coakley says, I sold a small suitcase on eBay last night. Kind of surprised. Yes, eBay sales, I feel like, have picked up for sure. Brittany Shaper says, good morning from Vegas. I bet it feels like a ghost town there. I was hoping to be able to visit Vegas, but ASD got canceled, so I bet it's a bit of a ghost town. God's Third Acre, when shipping, you can try pirate ship for the items that are not huge, but way more. It is a cubic shipping site. Yes, I know Amazon does cubic shipping, and then I do a lot of, I offer UPS ground on some of the stuff that's heavier, and that seems to help with the shipping cost. Deborah Keone says, I have a bunch of disinfectant wipes, 3 packs, and I can't sell them on any platform. Any recommendations? Try eBay and then see what you call them. You might want to call them antibacterial or germ, maybe put a few more tag notes in there, and I would definitely try eBay. That would be where I would suggest selling them. Or give them to your neighbors who can't find them at the store. Janice Walford, hi from La Crosse, Wisconsin. Deborah says, just selling. Mark Hicks says, I wish I could afford to donate the coveralls. Yes. Our food pantry is still continuously running from our church. The cool thing about that is that they actually are getting more food than normal. And how is that possible? Well, the CDC has put in guidelines for our food pantry. You have to mask up, glove up, all of that kind of stuff in order to even participate in helping in the food pantry. And you have to have less than 10 people who are packing the bags. And then we're going out and doing deliveries. So they ended up doing about 28, 29 deliveries last night. Paul is one of the people that goes and delivers. Pretty much they knock on the door, leave it on the steps, and then they go get in the vehicle, and then the person comes to the door. So there's usually no interaction. But, you know, just pray for the people that are getting food from our food pantry. Paul was chatting with a lady the other day that was in a very nice house, and he was wondering why she was getting things from the food pantry. Well, her husband just left her, and now they have no income coming in, and she got laid off from her job because of the quarantine situation. So just pray for the folks that are having to utilize that. I'm thankful that we have a lot of extra stuff. We have bread coming out our ears because of we're getting actually more food because other food pantries can't abide by the standards because they don't have the manpower, and so we're actually getting extra food from food pantries that are actually closed down. So you know, support your local food bank. They still need things, so if you have things that you can donate to them, they're still functioning, hopefully. All right, let's see. It says hello, Christy Jean says, hello, do you need to be registered as a reseller to buy bulk, please? Thanks for your answer. No, I don't believe so. You just have to pay tax when you buy. Annie Hall, where do you buy wholesale? Bulq.com, via trading, Honcho Wholesale, various other things. If you look in the link in the description, I usually have them listed down there. Rick Abson says, what I don't understand is how do you unpack so much and never break a sweat? Do you have a stand-in that does all that for you? Haha. Sometimes I do break a sweat, but I must just glow and not sweat. I stay in shape. I do lots of spinning and things like that. So I fluctuate my weight all the time, but I definitely always have had good cardiovascular, all that fun stuff. Anyway, Nees says, if I send to FBA, does the shipping charge come out of that or do they charge the buyer? Okay, so hold on. My computer almost tried to restart. All right. So when it comes to the shipping, so you're going to pay 50 to 30 cents shipping it to FBA. Currently right now, you can't ship a lot to FBA because they've got the restrictions on because of the pandemic quarantine, and they only want to deal with much needed kind of items. So if you haven't seen my live stream from last week, check that out. I've got a list of things that you're allowed to send in, health and beauty and household items and pet supplies, things like that. And then what I would recommend is once you get it to the warehouse, then they ship it to the customer and you don't have to pay again. So hopefully that answers your question. Alrighty, so the JJ Resale team, you're awesome, Heather. Thank you. Oh, thanks. We have got 41 thumbs up, 85 people on. If you cannot find that thumbs up button, go ahead and close your chat window, hit the thumbs up, and then we'll see if we can get to 50. I'll do a whoop whoop if we get to 50, all right? So let's see. Andy Stevenson says, I made it. Yay. Kelly Cruz says, so excited to catch a live. And then Daniel says, hi from Fort Wayne, Indiana. Dina says, good afternoon. I hope everyone is staying well and safe. Kim says, hi, I'm struggling with the calculated pallet shipping from Bulq to Seattle. I have to raise... they had to raise the prices so much. Okay, well, my recommendation is filter for one warehouse at a time. And basically, if you buy 2 pallets, but they're from 2 separate warehouses, yes, your shipping rate is going to go up. You only get the discounted rate if you buy them from the same warehouse. And so make sure you're filtering for just one warehouse and buying your pallets from one warehouse, and it should continuously go down. I actually got up this pallet behind me that I just unboxed was $86 because I bought 2. And so it was, now granted I live closer, I don't live in Seattle, but check on that and see if it doesn't help you out. All right, Dog Pound says, your daily videos have been very inspiring. Aw, awesome. Andy Stevenson, I have some t-shirts that have my logo on them and was wondering where would be the best place to sell them, Poshmark, eBay, or Facebook Market. Well, it depends on where your people are interested in buying your logoed t-shirts. So if you have people on your Poshmark store that are interested in them, go ahead and do that. I actually personally have some Hooked on Pickin t-shirts I just got made that I'm going to be putting on Hooked on Pickin. So I've got a couple of 2X white ones, and then I've got gray ones in various other sizes. So be watching for that. I'm going to try to post them on hookedonpickin.com. So if you're interested in just a plain gray kind of heather color t-shirt, then go ahead and check those out. Gina says, hi, everyone from rainy San Diego, California. Annie Hall says, liquidation. Not sure why she just randomly... Liquidation! That's what she wanted to say. Oh, we're at 55 thumbs up. I missed it. Woo, woo! All right. Let's see how high we can get with our thumbs up. Feel free to donate if you would like to. You can also become one of my patrons if you want. So... Godster says, Heather, you should wear brighter colors more often. You look really nice in this color. Actually, it's one of my new shirts I got made for myself. Look, Hooked on Pickin. Anyway, thanks. Michelle, I'm not going to, or Michael, sorry, Michael, how is sales tax handled for the different platforms? You're going to have to specifically ask your state because it's different for every state, so I can't really answer that question. So check with your state and see how that's handled. Annie Hall, what are the ones that are wholesale and not liquidation? It depends. Okay, wholesale, what I would recommend is going on to the ASD website, where the trade show we were going to go to in Las Vegas, and they have tons of wholesalers. They have a whole list. And so even though they're not having the trade show, you can still get a list of who was there and who you can actually find as a wholesaler. And so they've just got a huge giant list. So I would recommend doing that. Just go onto the ASD website, find out who their vendors were supposed to be or who their vendors are going to be in August. And then you can just check out their websites directly from there. All right. Marisol Reyes, hi, from Mexico. Marcela, from Brazil. Deborah Keone, none of the sales platforms allow disinfecting wipes, hand sanitizers to be sold on the platform. They removed all listings, every platform. Check Facebook Marketplace, though. That might work for you. Tracy, they're basically trying to avoid price gouging. So Tracy Woodman, hello from Michigan. Hello, fellow Michigander. Carrie Pete, when is the best time to purchase pallets or cases? First thing in the morning or different time? Well, Bulq puts their new cases and pallets out 3 different times a day. So just check their website. I think it is like 5 p.m., 2 p.m., and 11 a.m. or something like that. So just check their website to see when they're actually going to be putting that kind of stuff out. All right. And then Nicole asks, how long does it usually take to get a response from FBA category approval? I have a topicals application in limbo for over a week now. They are running slower than normal because they basically are adhering to some of the working situations. And so I would say even normal time, it's about 2 to 3 weeks. So I would wait. You can keep sending them an email to check in and they'll just tell you whether or not it's pending, but give it another week or so and see kind of where you're at. Shane says, hello from Indiana. Ashley says, yes, more unboxings. Yes, don't worry. We have a live unboxing tomorrow, so we'll be able to check out some of the toys we're going to put in the mystery boxes. Darren Adams, Gina lived in San Diego 52 years. Miss San Diego, moved to hermit houses. Cheap, laugh out loud, Miss San Diego. Awesome. God's Third Acre, I recently bought a wholesale, not liquidation, from Simple Lots. Good to know. Thank you for that, Simple Lots. Andy Stevenson says, I liked the unboxing of the sporting shirts. Seems like the best way to go. They're bagged, and I think they would be easy to go that way. Yes, so I have a lot of them listed on Poshmark. They're not really moving fast, but they are moving nonetheless. God's Third Acre says, Shane, I'm in Indiana too, close to Attica. Bonnie Coakley says, someone tried to sell sanitizer on Facebook and was so fiercely chastised by the group about the price charged, even though it was only 50 cents higher than the store. Yikes. Maybe word of mouth would be the way to go to sell any of that kind of stuff. So sorry, that's kind of happening. Ashley Llewellyn says, try posting things like hand sanitizer and disinfecting wipes on your personal Facebook page. So yeah, that way it's your friends that see it and maybe they'll share it to another friend and you can get it to move there. So I wanted to kind of talk about, we're kind of caught up on some of our comments. So we're going to talk about trends right now and what has changed. So clearly you guys probably have already figured out that Amazon FBA, you cannot send anything to the warehouse. They are not taking anything to in the warehouse. And so what do you do? So I have been merch fulfilling some things. I feel like toys and household goods are selling well. As far as any of the clothes that I'm merch fulfilling, none of that is really moving. So my option is I'm going to wait about a week, see if I can get any clothes to move. If I cannot, and these are even clothes with good sales ranks. The problem is I probably am competing with the FBA stuff that's currently already still there that was sent in before all of this craziness happened. And so what I'm probably going to do is I'm going to wait about a week and a half, and then I'll probably be listing a lot of that kind of stuff on my Poshmark store. And so, yeah, I won't be able to make as much on Poshmark, but my fees aren't as high on Poshmark. So my Poshmark store kind of ebbs and flows. It was slowing down initially, even in the month of February before all this craziness started. And so it's still slow, but I'm still able to move some items. And so, don't worry, just keep working the system, price adjusting. I have had to do some price adjusting just to get regular stuff to move. And so unfortunately, That is the case. That stuff, people just aren't prioritizing that right now. But anything that you think people would use at home with lots of kids at home is seeming to sell much faster than normal. Like I have sold some toys on eBay that I literally have listed for like 6 months and they haven't moved. Like I had those, I don't know if you ever saw me unbox the Jurassic Park mobile things that come with the little spinner ball from Jurassic World. I've had those on my eBay site forever, and now they're finally selling for the first time. And so, just be aware of that. You may have to price it, adjust a little bit. As far as my YouTube channel, we're going to continue to put a video out each day. Like I said, I've got 8 boxes to start to unbox. I just unboxed a pallet, so you'll get to see what's in there. We will always do the live streams on Thursday. Sorry about the delay today. I think part of it is you just got so many more people on midday because of all the people working from home. So I will always put notifications on my Facebook page, Hooked on Pickin, and my Patreon page. And so you can check those 2 places if you're ever wondering, where is she at? She's normally on here. So, hey, we're at 60 thumbs up. Woo woo. Awesome. All right. Every 10, I'm going to give a woo woo. And so let me catch up on some of the comments, and then I'm going to talk a little bit about the ways that I'm selling and the different platforms and the creative ways that I'm trying to get some stuff to move because I can't do Amazon FBA. All right, so we've got God's Third Acre. I'm running a sale in my eBay store based on how long the items have been listed. Seems to be working. Yeah, price adjusting is a great idea for reselling right now. Find out how long it's been on there. I've been putting a lot on Facebook Marketplace. Believe it or not, people are still willing to buy off Facebook Marketplace, even though there's a pandemic. And so you can do various different things. One of the things I always tell them is I'm currently right now healthy. Nobody is sick in my family. And so letting them know that makes them want to do the deal a little bit more. It's sad that you have to say that, but you do. All right, so Darren Adams says DVDs are doing well on eBay for me. People are at home and bored. Yes. Tracy Woodman, my stuff on Mercari is selling way better than Poshmark. So that might be an option for you. I may jump into the Mercari world. I know I haven't sold on Mercari before, but I may jump into the Mercari world simply because I can't really sell anything on Merchant Fulfill Amazon. So, anyway, I've got lots of shoes for sale, as you can see behind me. But just don't get discouraged. Just keep on keeping on. Just like someone said earlier, just keep swimming, from Ashley. Barbara Nelson says hello from Ohio. Shane says he's near Columbus. And so we are in the St. Louis area. And so I don't think we're as hard impacted as some other parts of the country. I know I actually have a sister who lives in New York. And so pray for her, keep her safe. Her name is Drew. And so thankfully they moved into a new apartment that has a bidet. So they're not in the toilet paper crisis. But we definitely are slowed sales, but we're still shipping I still am putting shipments out from my post office carrier to keep picking up 3 times a week. And so we're still shipping everything out. If you buy anything from my Poshmark store, I usually am getting it out next day, just because the quantity of items I'm selling is lower. And so I am definitely getting it out next day. So some things that are going on in our life is we're still kind of doing everything normal. I'm still working my normal hours. Today, when my husband gets back, if you're wondering where Paul is, he is actually doing a private funeral. They're not allowed to do visitations. I was going to go help him, maybe film it for the family, but I'm not even allowed to go. And so they're being very, very strict on those rules. And so he's actually at a private funeral. And so that's why he's not on the live stream today. He's serving the community. Our food pantry is still currently running. It takes about 2 hours to deliver all the food that we have. We did about 28, 29 homes yesterday and delivered all the food. Every Wednesday night, I'm doing a daily devotional live stream with a lot of ladies from my church. And so if you are a lady and would like to jump on that women's Bible study on Wednesday nights at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time, just send me an email. I'll send you the information to connect to the Zoom. So I'm doing it on Zoom. Boy, I wish I would have bought stock in Zoom before all this happened. So All right, God Sardeko said, my bulk of shoes and clothes is moving so slowly. Yeah, nobody's interested in that kind of stuff right now. They're kind of interested in necessities. So tell me how you guys are weathering the storm. If you are a reseller, what has changed for you? What platforms are selling more? What platforms are selling less? I'd love to be able to share that. If you guys have not heard about this, I think this is an awesome idea. I have kids, and so we're actually going to do this when we are done with our live stream and Paul gets home. But I want to show you something. See my window? Yes, I currently have 2 stuffed animals, stuffed bears, sitting in my window. Why, you ask? Because on Facebook, there's this fun little trend of people going on a bear hunt. You guys remember that old song, Going on a Bear Hunt? You know, anyway, so people are driving around town, staying in their cars, or going for walks around town, basically going on a bear hunt. And there are people all over the country that are putting bears in their windows of their houses, and they are basically counting how many bears that they can find each day. And so we're going to actually drive through Trenton. I'll try to tomorrow. Tell you how many bears we actually found, but I put those, we live kind of outside of town, so I doubt people will see mine, but I put it on Facebook nonetheless to let people know, hey, if you drive by my house, you'll find 2 bears. But so we're going to actually drive around and see how many bears we can find today, and I'll let you know tomorrow on the live unboxing how many bears we find. So people are getting very creative in the way that they're able to find things to do. Let me see. Dog Pound says, any candy palettes? No, unfortunately not. I was hoping to get a candy palette. Direct liquidation is where I normally find those, and I have not found any, but as soon as I get some, don't worry, I'll be making more candy boxes. Ashley says, God bless you and your family, Heather. Ashley Llewellyn said, yes, bear hunt. Awesome. God's Third Acre says, I'm getting through my death pile. Don't know what I'll do when I run out of things to list. Well, Bulq is still shipping from their warehouses. And I did find out that they're also going to be doing a reseller panel of what resellers are doing during this kind of odd time in selling. They've asked me to be on it. And so, I think I'm going to do something like that later. So I don't know, be watching kind of their Facebook page. I don't know much about it. So just check out their Facebook page and see if you can figure out what, that's all about. So, they just asked if I would just share some input. So, I don't know what all it's going to entail, but me, I say it like it is. So therefore that's what you're going to get. So just keep listing, putting new things on. Aline, hello from Australia. Gwen Rise, hi there from Wales. Have you got anything stored you could pull out like the Triumph parts? I do have Triumph parts, and I should pull those out and list them, but I currently still have tons of stuff to list. See all the stuff behind me? None of that's listed on the table, except for the blue box of Costco car seat, which is on Facebook Marketplace, and someone's picking up tomorrow. So, so I still am selling stuff, and I still have stuff to list, and so, I am still working my normal hours. As a reseller, that's the one benefit is you're quarantined at home, but you already work from home. So my reseller treasure says, hi, Heather, first live, enjoy your videos. Awesome. Well, I'm glad you're on live. This is a Q&A for you guys. So any questions that you have about things going on in your world, please go ahead and ask them or share them with the group. That would be awesome. I keep getting a buzzing in my ear. Sorry. So let me see. Bonnie says one reseller is selling tons of car parts on eBay. Yes, I have sold my Triumph. That's where I sold my Triumph motorcycles parts before. So I'm probably going to go up there, find out what's up there, and try to get it relisted again. So hopefully. So with reselling, one thing I would suggest, so here's my tips on what's going on right now. Sell things that you think people are going to use right now. So I will continue to answer questions, but I'm going to kind of fill in this time while some questions get built up. So don't worry, keep putting the questions out there, and I will continue to answer them. So what are people doing right now? They're doing games, they're doing puzzles, they need toys. Are they buying clothes? Not really. Keep posting your clothes because I still sell some from time to time. Not as much as I used to, but this is a normal slow time for me. February, March, April are pretty slow months for me. Anyway, in the reselling world, the bummer is that now you can't sell on Amazon FBA, and so you have to merch fulfill everything or decide to put things on Mercari or Facebook or things like that. So that's the bummer right now, is you kind of cut the legs out of some of us who were normal Amazon sellers. But that is why you want to be diversified in your selling. You definitely want to try out new platforms. So right now would be the time to try out new platforms and see what's working for other people. Do that Facebook Marketplace. Just set it outside your door and leave an envelope for them to pay you, kind of thing, if you're worried about any kind of contamination or anything like that. But people are still buying off Facebook Marketplace. They're looking for things to do. So any of your household items, people are redecorating, people are doing I'm sure plenty of husbands are tackling the honeydew list. I can guarantee you that is occurring. And so I have got my son doing some of the honeydew list since Paul is usually helping me here. But if you guys don't have a church family or your church is not able to live stream, you're welcome. The link is in the description. We are always still live on Sundays at 10:15 Central Standard Time. So if you want to catch it, it also stays on our streaming website after the fact. So if you can't catch it at that time, you can watch it after the fact, but the whole service is there. We even do a fun greeting time. So if you're on there, we'll announce your name just like we do on Facebook live streams. I feel like this job doing YouTube has totally prepared me for live streaming our church in quarantine. Anyway, so that's kind of fun. So God's Third Acre says, how long did it take you to make a full-time income from your resale biz? That's kind of a little bit of a complicated question, but simple at the same time. So I've been reselling online for probably over a decade, probably 15 years or so. When we had our second child, who is now 13 years old, I realized that diapers are expensive. So we had to make some more money. And so we started just reselling our textbooks from school, from college and things like that. We had a lot of duplicates because Paul and I took the same courses and things like that. So we started doing that. Then we started going to auctions and finding some stuff at auctions that we realized, hey, we could flip. Some of the first things that we sold for good money were sterling silver flatware. So we had sterling silver plated and sterling silver spoons and things like that we found that flipped really well on eBay. And so we realized that. And Paul primarily did a lot of that. I helped a little bit, but not a ton because I had little babies at the time. And so then we jumped into buying things for the purpose of reselling. So we would do thrift stores and all that kind of stuff. And then basically when my youngest, who is now 10, finally went to kindergarten, I took it over from Paul full time and really exploded it. So once I really took it seriously about 5 years ago, that's when probably within 2 years, 1 to 2 years, I had it basically a full-time income. So we went from, hey, we can go out to eat and watch a movie with this extra money, to now it's paying for our whole family vacations. And now I legitimately make a full-time income doing this business. So we've been doing YouTube for a little over 4 years, but we've been doing the business much longer, and it ebbed and flowed based on what stage of life we were in. Like whenever I had a baby, it kind of stalled a little because babies take lots of effort. So hopefully that answers your question, but it really depends on how much effort you put into it. The more effort, and I think YouTube is a huge resource right now. So you can definitely, increase your ability to fast track this much faster than you could in the past. We hit 70 thumbs up, woo woo, every time I'm doing a whoop whoop. Sorry. I'm like dating myself. That's totally a 90s thing. I understand. Alrighty. So that was a really good question. All right, we've got some more questions here. Ashley asks, Heather has been doing this for 4+ years. I believe it took over 18 months to really make money and pay herself. Yeah, I would say that's probably a good once I really kind of kicked it into high gear. Eileen says yes. I'm not sure what she was answering. Okay, Carol's Cottage. I'm 70 years old and I believe in keeping a stocked pantry of food and other necessities, aka hoarder by some. I have not had to buy anything, and my granddaughter says no one can laugh at me now. Yes, all of those preppers all look like geniuses right now. All right. Dog Pound says, thumbs up, please, with lots of thumbs up emojis. Ashley Llewellyn, YouTube. Yes, I've been doing it 4+ years. and really kicked it into high gear about 2 years ago, especially when I built this building. That's really what made a huge difference for me, is when I built this building. You can also, thank you so much for those of you who are on and thumbs upping. We're at 102 people on right now, which is awesome. If you'd like to donate or do a super chat, buy me a coffee, feel free to do that. I'm not used to saying that. Usually that's Paul's line. God's Third Acre says me too at Carol's Cottage. And, oh, here's Paul.
Hey.
Say hi to Paul. Wave.
Hello.
Doesn't he look so handsome in his suit?
Hello.
Everything go good?
Everything went well.
All right, everybody's been praying for Angelica's family.
Thank you very much. Funeral went well. It's kind of a sad thing, really.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
But I don't have a mic on. I don't know if they can hear me.
They can hear me through this one. Yeah.
So funeral went well. It's a sad thing. There not many people can be at the funeral. So we had 8 people. So they're going to do like a memorial later for her life. But it is sad. But family did well. Family did well. So yeah, it was good. So thanks for praying. Thank you.
God's Third Acre says you clean up pretty good, Paul.
Thanks.
All right. My reseller treasure says, haha, dating myself. Yep, totally a 90s thing. All right, Darren Adams says, things should pick up for us when people get the government checks at home. Yes, that's actually a really good idea. Hopefully they can get that all figured out. For necessities, you want to join the stream or not really?
Sure.
All right, he's going to join us. So I'll just move my mic to the other side so that it'll pick up both of us.
You only have one mic on?
I only have one mic on today. Yeah, sorry. All right. So yes, that's actually a really good point, that things will probably pick up really, really well once the checks start rolling in, if they can ever get that figured out in Washington.
Yeah, it passed the Senate. It's got to go through the House, and it's going to be signed by the president, I think.
Okay.
So.
Okay. Awesome. All right, so it says right here, my reseller treasure, we have 6 people in the house, and my mom did all the shopping until her knee surgery, end of February. So we're stocked thanks to her. All right, Ashley says, hi, Paul. TT says, hi. God's Third Acre says you clean up pretty well. Rosemary says, Paul cleans up well. Craig Wolf says, hi, Paul. All right, so we've had lots of chatting about how our sales are slow. I talked about how we're going to go on a bear hunt later, too, as well, keeping ourselves entertained. But we pretty much were just kind of covering a lot of that selling right now is really slow, but just keep it up and look for things that people are looking to buy right now, like puzzles and games and toys. I talked about my reseller toys, told them we're going to do the live unboxing tomorrow. So anything else to share? I was talking a little bit about the food pantry and what we're doing with the food pantry.
That went really well last night. Let's see, last week, I think it was 5 to 7 families that had been self-quarantined by their doctor. This week, it was only 3 that were self-quarantined. So that was praised, but a lot more deliveries. So we did 18 different families. We got a huge blessing. Now, we had this huge Walmart truck come in and give us all kinds of bread and cookies and pies, and so people ate well.
I actually have pictures. I'll put them on my Hooked on Pickin Facebook page and my Patreon page after we get off this live stream. Yeah.
So that was a huge blessing. So we were able to take care of our families that we service, and then we were able to help out other families too that were connected to the church. EMTs came in. They took a bunch of cookies.
Oh, awesome.
For the folks that are
still working
shifts, so.
We had some ladies at our church that actually sewed some cloth masks, because we've got a couple of our actual youth pastor's wife. Pray for her. Her name is Kelly.
Yep.
Her birthday was yesterday. She is an OB nurse. She's currently 8 months pregnant in a pandemic. Yeah. And having to go to work every day. Yeah. So she's going into the hospital, 8 months pregnant, and working.
She's a brave woman.
She's awesome.
She's a tough lady.
She is tough.
She's gonna do well.
Yep.
But yeah.
So anyway, so we're kind of wrapping up a little bit. We got 112 on. So if you'd like to donate, buy Paul a Coke, now that he's done working. And Mia Coffee, you're welcome to do that. We will be doing the live stream unboxing tomorrow at noon Central Standard Time. So we will be here. Hopefully I don't have the delay like I did today. I think it's just simply because everybody is online in the middle of the day working from home. And so there was I had issues even getting on YouTube. So today. Yeah. So, something just popped up huge. I'm not sure what that was. But anyway, so I'm going to do a few more shout outs here of people that are on. So Mimi Evans says, hi, y'all. Jeanette says, I attempted to sell Poshmark and now I don't see my listing. Sometimes you have to do more than one listing. I think sometimes some platforms require to have 10. I'm not sure why it would have not be there.
I don't understand. What do you mean you don't see your listing?
Yeah, you have to check your closet.
When you do a search for your listing?
Yeah. Sometimes other people get precedence over yours. So check your closet and see if it's there. Go to your little icon in the corner.
If you can't find it, I had this problem when I was trying to sell, what was it? It was this little flashlight bullet, okay? And I put it in the home category, but they did not care for that at all. I could not find it in the listings, and we didn't sell any. I think it goes against either their policy, because it was a flashlight, but it was shaped like a bullet.
So it was like they considered it a weapon just with their algorithm.
So see what it is. Maybe you've got flagged for something that way, but I never got a message that I'd gotten flagged. It just, I couldn't sell it. That's the only time I haven't been able to find my own item. And then sometimes when you search for your item, it's down the line. And sometimes it's based on how you have set your parameters for how you're searching. Like if you have it in a men's jacket, go to the men's category and look that way. So anyway.
Yeah, that good. I'm glad that you kind of, he does a lot more of the sharing on Poshmark, and so he understands it better than I do. At one point we had 112 people on. Now we're at 108, which is awesome. We're at 80 thumbs up. Oh, it's a 10. Woo woo. I'm whooping every 10 because I'm crazy. So anyway, all right. Tracy Woodman says, yes, I made a sale on Poshmark. Awesome. Right. All right, hold on. I lost my spot. All right. Hey, Janice Shipley, thank you so much for the $5. You get a Coke now.
Thank you, Janice.
Let me see, where was I at? Okay, Ashley Llewellyn says, God bless you and for the work you do feeding families in your community. Awesome. Carol's Cottage says, wouldn't it be a hoot if everybody decided to save those checks and not spend them? That would foil the entire effort to reboot the economy. Carol, where does your mind go? Listen to her. My Reseller Treasure says, yes, the nurses and hospital staff. Hand clapping. My friend is a CNA and still works. She also has a newborn 3 months old. Someone tested positive for COVID-19 at her hospital. So pray for my Reseller Treasure's friend, who is a CNA. Jeanette Francis, I'm going to butcher your last name, says people may save it for a rainy day. True. God's Third Echo says, or use the check to pay taxes. Well, the government's going to get their money no matter what. Kelly Cruz, thank you for the coffee. Awesome. For Real Girl 42, if you can't find any of your Poshmark listings, it's usually a glitch with Poshmark. So maybe you should contact Poshmark directly.
Could be.
Yeah. Kelly Cruz says, so appreciate both of you very much. Thank you for all you do. And remember, in the end, Jesus wins. Amen to that. Yep. So I've also invited any ladies who are on here to join our Wednesday night ladies chat. Oh, so if you would like the Zoom meeting ID number, just email me and I can shoot it your way. Jeanette Francis says, thank you for Real Girl for donating. And then Carol's Cottage says, the government is depending on the people to spend. Hey, maybe that'll help us out as resellers, right? People may be afraid to spend because of the current conditions. All right. Yes, and then For Real 42 says, make sure your Posh items are Posh compliant. Yep. Lisa Darren Adams, thank you so much for the $2. See, listen, I got like one donation when it was just me, and then you show up with your beautiful face.
It's not me.
And suddenly we get donations. Thank you, Darren, for the $2. All right, Lisa Sinclair says, hey, Lisa from Alabama, can you explain what you mean about sales rank on Amazon? I can explain sales rank. Sales rank basically is the number given on Amazon, by Amazon, on how frequently the item sells. And so just like golf, The lower the number, the better. So if you have a really, really low number, then you can definitely, the item will sell more swiftly. So I try to keep everything under 300,000 sales rank. If you're in the tens of thousands, it's going to sell usually every week or every other week. So that's usually pretty good.
Yep.
So hopefully that helps you with sales rank. Carrie Pete, I can't donate on here for some reason, but I will purchase on your site. You're awesome people. Awesome. Thanks.
Thank you.
You can also do, if you can't donate on here, it may be because you're not set up, but Patreon offers a one-time donation. You can do that too on my Patreon page. Ashley Llewellyn says, my reseller treasure is, they're praying for your CNA friend. Jeanette says, Paul, we missed you.
Hi.
Yes, they did miss you. Everybody was asking, where's Paul? Where's Paul? Where's Paul? For real, 42. Heather, try Macari. Believe me, you will love it. I might have to do that because we're not selling anything on Amazon Merch Fulfill as well. Jeanette says, you look handsome. He is handsome.
Thank you.
Gina says,
those are kind words.
It is you, Paul. You working the suit. You're working the suit, babe. Hey, don't call him babe. He's mine. All mine.
No.
This is all mine.
No.
He doesn't know what to do with compliments. No. Look at those dimples. Doesn't he have awesome dimples? No, he doesn't know what to do with compliments. I think it's hilarious. Yes, just keep giving him compliments. It'll make him more uncomfortable. Mm-hmm. All right, thanks for the prayers. All right. The only thing you can't sell on Macari is food. I did not know that.
Okay.
So good to know. All right. So anyway, you guys are amazing. Thank you for the donates.
I got a question for you. Is there anybody out there that sells on Poshmark and Mercari? Have you sold on both sites, Poshmark and Mercari? And how do you think they compare? I would be curious to know that. We've always done well on Poshmark. It has slowed. We're still making, I think my number right now is somewhere between $500 and $600 worth of sales, but then we will profit off of that around $300 to $350 a week, which is still good, but we were up to about $700 of profit a week and about $1,200 in sales a week. So I'm wondering if somebody does both Mercari and Poshmark, have you done better selling clothes on Mercari than Poshmark? Because I don't know, who's looking on Mercari, who's looking on Poshmark, what I'm trying to say, the traffic that gets driven to those sites. So let me know.
All right, so let's read some of the comments because I think we've already got some answers to that. Yeah. Someone says it's those dimples.
Oh, yeah. Sure.
All right. Someone says, I do both. Angel does both Macari and Poshmark. Clothes are better on Macari.
Huh.
And then I can't sell supplements on Macari. For Real Girl says, Heather, your face lights up when Paul's in the room. Nicole says, it depends on the items. Macari has more affordable shipping for the buyer on first class items. So maybe that's why clothes sell better because they're usually not heavy.
Could be.
That's my speculation. Tracy says, yes, you can sell more on Macari and there is only a 10% fee. April says, how do you handle IP claims on Amazon? I will answer that in just a minute. And then For Real Girl 42 says, I sell lots of clothing on Macari more than Poshmark. So maybe we should start moving some of our stuff to Macari.
Good try.
Or just our new clothes we can put on Macari. I don't know. We'll try. We're going to see what we're going to do. Okay, so there was that question on how do you handle IP claims on Amazon. Whenever you get an IP claim, I generally, What's
an IP claim?
Oh, intellectual property claim. Sorry, thank you for clarifying, Paul. I talk this language all the time. Sometimes I don't realize. Our intellectual property claim, basically what it is when someone... when you list something on a specific platform like Amazon, they're basically saying, hey, you're not allowed to list on there. That's mine and mine only. I have the intellectual property claim. And they usually send documentation proving that they have the intellectual property claim. And if you are selling on there and you're not allowed to sell on there, sometimes it tells you before you send it in that you're restricted. But other times it won't tell you until it actually hits the warehouse or you actually have it live for sale. If you get an intellectual property claim, which has happened to me multiple times, my rule of thumb is don't mess around. You can actually get your Amazon account banned. I have gotten it banned because I waited too long to delist the item. So my recommendation is create a removal order, get that item sent directly back to you, or unlist and delete the listing right away. Make a list on a Word document or an Excel spreadsheet to make sure you don't resend in that item, because if you send it in a second time, that's when they ban you, because they're like, hey, we told you once, you do it a second time, boom, Amazon account is gone. So intellectual property claims, whether you believe it's true or not, just delist the item and sell it on a different platform. Sell it on eBay, Mercari, Poshmark, anywhere else but Amazon. So that is my recommendation for IP claims.
eBay has some of
IP
that also,
claims.
but Amazon is hypersensitive on that.
Yep.
And the intellectual property does not mean that you're selling something fake. It means that you're selling the actual product that particular company is selling. They just want to be the sole place where it is bought and sold.
They want exclusive rights, and they're not allowing third-party sellers. And so it's not that you're selling something that's inauthentic. It may be absolutely authentic, but they're the only ones that are allowed to sell it on Amazon.
Right.
So, alrighty. So let's see. We got some more comments. Tracy said, yes, you can sell more on Mercari, and there's only a 10% fee. Hold on, I lost my spot. Sorry. I sell lots of clothing on Mercari than Poshmark. Kelly Cruz says, I'm on both, but no sales on Mercari yet. Eileen Robinson says, hi from Perth, Australia. Mercari offers better shipping rates, says Janice. Janice also says, I sell more clothes on Mercari. Interesting.
That is really interesting.
Angel says, I also do rotate. If something sits too long on Poshmark, I move it to Mercari and vice versa. Mercari shipping is different because you can choose your way of shipping rather than use them, whereas Poshmark, you can only use the Poshmark labels. As far as shipping on Mercari, is it similar? Like, do they send you a prepaid label? Is it just as easy, or do you have to weigh things like eBay? That's what I'm curious about. April says, so you don't try to fight it on the IP claims. No, I do not. No. Because I tried the one time and got banned for 5 weeks on Amazon.
Amazon is a beast. It doesn't care about you. Let me repeat. Amazon does not care about you. Jesus cares about you, but Amazon does not. So you cannot fight Amazon claims.
Yeah, it's their sandbox. You got to play by their rules.
If they ban you and you didn't do anything wrong, or you didn't know you did something wrong, you can't say, oh, I'm sorry, I didn't even realize I did something wrong. You have to go, I'm a horrible person.
Pretty much that's how I got back on.
Thank you for pointing out that I'm a horrible person. Here's how I won't be horrible again.
Right.
You know, you have to go with exactly what they say, or your account will stay banned, or
I pretty much had to do I'm so sorry, I'll never do this again, and here's my 5-step process and how I'll never get to do this, how this won't happen again.
We know of people that have fought Amazon. They lose every single time.
And they're banned for life, a lot of them.
Yes.
Yep. And they keep all your stuff and your money.
They can.
They can.
And you can sue Amazon, but good luck, my friend.
Right. All right. For Real Girl 42 says, to me, you get more eyes on your Mercari items than Poshmark. Mercari, you have more people understanding how to make an offer, and to me, less lowball nonsense.
Okay.
So good to know.
I have to dabble in that.
Yeah, I think we might do that now that we
have an account.
Yeah, we do. Darren Adams says, hopefully we will have ASD in August. Yes, and we're looking in the possibility of going. And so if we do, we'll definitely let you guys know that for sure. Angel says, they said prepaid, but you need to weigh. Oh, okay. So we do need to weigh Mercari labels. It is a prepaid label, but sometimes the rates can be a little high, and you can use pirate ship to ship better.
I've heard of that before.
All right. April says, right, they're just agreeing. Ashley Llewellyn says, in the end, Jesus wins. Yep. Also, better shipping on bigger, bulkier items on Mercari. All right. Awesome. So I'm not sure what's just a bunch of emojis now. So
awesome.
Yep. All right. So we will do our unboxing tomorrow. Thank you for all of you who donated. I'm super excited. We're going to drink lots of coffee. We're going to go on our bear hunt with our kids now, right?
Right.
Yes. So if you haven't seen, we have 2 bears in the window. And Facebook has started this fun trend of doing a bear hunt where you go around town and find out bears in people's windows. And last I heard, there were like 60 some in our little town of Trenton. So maybe you want to spread the fun. You can go to my Facebook page. I actually have the little like, hey, put a bear in your window kind of thing. It's really fun. Ashley's like, bear hunt in big bold letters. We got up to 89 thumbs up. Thank you guys so much. And all of the donations, it's really a benefit. So we'll see you tomorrow at noon Central Standard Time for our unboxing. We will be putting all of those toys in our mystery boxes. And so if you want something in particular that you see me unbox, shoot me an email right away and I will try to accommodate if I still have it. All right. For Real Girl 32 says, start out with at least 10 items on Mercari to build up your good feedback. Good to know. Stay safe. Wash your hands. Keep your distance. Yes, social distancing. I will social distance from everyone except for Paul because I like him too much. Anyway, 91 thumbs up. Thanks so much, you guys. And we're going to sign off. And of course, in the end, and I can't even say it right. I'm so excited. All right. Anyway, and remember, in the end, Jesus wins.